City life, it always gets so played out. Getting tired of all this talking. Maybe we should go back to your place. Give me reasons why we shouldn't stay the night to fight this feeling. We both know that it feels right. I'm in too deep and now I can't help myself. Don't wanna see you walk away now. I just think that you should stay a while. 'Cause I can't help but feel that you're the one I shouldn't let go. The way you look into my eyes, I can't believe this happened so slow. Now I don't ever wanna go home, 'cause I know that I could never leave you alone. We're stuck here trying to find our way back. You say you need somebody.
Good morning. It is Monday, 7 a.m., and I'm so excited to take you guys through a day in the life. It is the first day of a new block, REPRO and Life Cycle. It's 5 weeks long, and it's also the last first day of a new block of first year, because after this 5-week block, then we have our 6-week summer break, and then we start second year, which is clinical rotations for us, like the day after Labor Day. So it's going to be a very balanced day. We have 8 hours of lecture to get through from home. I'm going to watch recordings. Also going to go to the gym later, and I have some It's Life by Maggie stuff to do to start off the morning. So very excited. I'm kind of enjoying first year while it lasts, soaking it all up, because I'm kind of scared I'm going to be miserable second year. Clinical rotations and having like an 8 to 5 job, which I've had in the past, and I was indeed miserable. I realized this is different, and everybody's like, Maggie, you're gonna love it, and I'm like, you don't know that. So anyway, making breakfast, boiling some eggs right now for the week. Oh, I have a really yummy half-baked harvest zuppa toscana recipe for lunches this week that we'll make later. And anyway, it's gonna be a great day.
It's not like that, it's not too late to change your mind tonight. Don't wanna see you walk away now. I just think that you should stay a while. 'Cause I can't help but feel that you're the one I shouldn't let go. Don't wanna see you walk away now. I just think that you should stay a while. 'Cause I can't help but feel that you're the one I shouldn't let go. Stuck in a
All right, guys. Okay, so that thumbnail took me a million years, but it's really cute, so I guess it's worth it. And also, like 27 of you at one point were watching the premiere. I don't know if that means I should be uploading on Mondays or you're just really pumped to see the house tour, but that's exciting. Time to, though, obviously turn my focus to school. It's almost 10:30, so 8 o'clock is just the orientation. This is how repro is going to go, for 30 minutes. 8:30 is chief concern, so 2 times speed, just like listen to that real quick. Basically 3 hours of lecture in the morning. The goal is to sit down, focus mode, be done at 12:15. So 10:25 now, try to be done at 12:15. That includes like doing the new Anki card. So I'm going to stop talking about that and actually like find my Celsius wherever I dropped it off. Put on some headphones. Not think about YouTube for the next 3 hours, even though I really want to, because it's also ranking 1 out of 10, which is always super satisfying but super distracting.
Don't wanna see you walk away now. I just think that you should stay a while.
Oh, also I just got reminded, because I'm watching Chief Concern, we're learning female and male genital urinary physical exams this block, so pelvic and rectal exam. So that's good. Honestly, the only thing that I care about is that I didn't get one of the, a small handful of our classmates have to go in on Saturday for their doc sessions. I don't even like to study on Saturdays. No way do I want to come to class on a Saturday, so grateful. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to be more weird for the male one. The female one's fine. Like, I was a caregiver and I put in catheters, and that's like, I'm I'm used to that. Male one might be a little, but it'll be fine. Our speedos are good and like helpful and nice. So one more thing that I'm gonna stop stuffing. He just told us also about so our last Compass 5 exam, you know, when we have the docs and anatomy practical. So anatomy's done, but for our docs, we're having a full comprehensive history taking plus head to toe exam. So there's like 49 to 52 elements for the physical exam. So it's like all the physical exam we've learned from the first year, it's like all together. So anyway, that's like what our final is going to be for a final Compass right before summer. Okay, I actually finished at 1:15. So I need to make lunch. I'm ravenous. I'm so hungry. It's 1:30 now, and I printed the zuppa toscana recipe, so we're gonna make that. Another thing I'm really bad at is like getting stuff for a recipe and then not making it, because you know I could just like heat something up from the freezer, but I need to actually make this. So I'm gonna turn on our anatomy lecture while I'm making this, because I really want to stay like ahead of the day. I'll say it's like very like jargony, like learning a new language feeling, whereas endocrine was definitely like, oh, we've learned this before for the MCAT, like this stuff makes so much sense already and we're just relearning it. But now it's like, oh shit, like we're learning new stuff. So it's fine. I just want to stay like super ahead, because no matter what, I am going to the gym at 4 or 5:30. I forget what we planned, George and I. But no matter what, like I'm done with school whenever we go to the gym. So I just want to like do as much as I possibly can before heading to the gym. So, gonna multitask.
I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I and faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you, torn up sheets, all the feathers. There's a picket fence somewhere, nothing better. A dose of Chanel perfume and coffee in the afternoon. You way ahead of the side, flip it in the mirror until you get it right. My pillow's in the shape of you.
All right, it's 4:18. I gave up on lecture after 2 hours of anatomy because, I don't know, post-lunch, granted that lunch was amazing, but it made me a little sleepy, and anatomy, even though we don't have a practical, we still have anatomy again, and it's just like a lot for my brain. And I haven't posted to Instagram in a million years, so I've been working on an Instagram post and I just finished it, so now I'm headed to the gym. The AC is not on. I'm pretty sure it's like it's 97 degrees outside, so that's fun. I don't have the AC on because I get so cold and I love to just boil and bake inside, but I'll turn it on before I leave because Oakley is probably dying. Are you hot? Is it too hot in here? Actually, it's only 79 in here. That's not that bad. But I'm still gonna turn it on for Oakley.
I'm kind of afraid to move. Will you ever know what I went through? Will you wake up in my bed in the afternoon? And I hope that day I still remember it too. Subliminal love, 432. I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I and faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do. Here's what I'd do. If I was in love with you.
What did you do? What did you do, Oakley? Were you bad? I left that delicious lunch that I made earlier today on the oven, and Oakley ate about half of it while I was at the gym, so bet her stomach's gonna do great over the next day. And now my lunch has dog slobber all over it. That's nice. Because you're bad. You're bad dog.
Tunnel vision. I I'd take you to Hawaii and be a musician. I'd know when to leave you alone. Right till you left stereo. Will you ever know what I went?
Okay, I just wrote and scheduled an email for Go to Acceptance because a week from tomorrow we have a live session on secondary essays and I just needed to get that done. I did a couple other admin things that I've been putting off that like feel really, really nice that I finally did them. And now George has started on dinner, so I'm gonna go help him with that. We have tacos tonight, and also usually we only have small group for class on Thursdays, but they randomly did one at 11 a.m. on tomorrow, which means I need to like just mentally prepare and like pack food and put together food just so I can just grab it and go in the morning. It's really, really frustrating. I never go to class on Tuesdays, but anyway. So, things we learned today. We learned about hypogonadism, whether it's like central, aka like the hypothalamus and pituitary versus not. So we learned about different like developmental reasons for having ambiguous genitalia. We talked about that a lot, and reasons it would happen, and different like stages and things like that. What else did we talk about? We talked about a lot. There's like a million different types of Mullerian abnormalities. So like uterus abnormalities. Like there was like type 1s through 6 that we learned about, I think. So that was very interesting, and talked about anatomy, like pelvis, and then the 2 that I didn't get to today were histology and radiologic, like imaging. So like what things look like on ultrasound, what the uterus looks like on ultrasound. The histology, I don't know because I haven't looked at that a little bit, but I did half of the imaging one, so it has a lot of like uterus pictures, and like the difference between like a newborn uterus versus pre-puberty uterus versus after having like 2 kids' uterus, and it's all like different thicknesses, and like actually like, and the newborn starts out as a 2-to-1 ratio of the body versus the something, and then like puberty it's like 1-to-1 ratio, and then after a couple kids it's like 2-to-1 ratio, and then after menopause it's like back to the like 1-to-1 ratio. So that's what is at the top of my mind from what we learned today. Oh yeah, so this morning we talked about a lot of genes that are involved in the differentiation of the reproductive system, and we learned like at this week, like what I do remember is at 13 weeks the differentiation of the sex organs are complete, I think. And then we had puberty, so like normal and disorders of puberty, having early puberty, having late puberty, and oh yeah, like I said, the Mullerian anomalies, all the different uterus types, I guess. So anyway, hopefully, I don't know, I like sharing like what we actually learned. I don't think I'll like particularly love this block, but I'm still excited for it because like, I don't know, science is cool. And so far so good as far as like how the day went. Only thing I'm annoyed about so far is having that small group on a Tuesday at 11. Like 8 to 11 is not required, and then 11 to 12 is required, and we only have 8 to 12 class. That's just really, really frustrating. It's fine. Let's go cook dinner.
You wake up in my bed in the afternoon, and I hope that day I still remember it too. Subliminal love, 432. I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I and faded television. I'm not in love with you, but if I was, here's what I'd do.
Guys, guess what we're watching? It's something that's so good and so riveting to watch, and I'm so pumped about it. NBA Finals for the 20,000th night in a row. So fascinating. How do you feel about the finals?
I feel pretty good about it.
Who do you think's gonna win?
The Warriors.
Tonight or overall?
Overall.
Okay. Alright guys, as riveting as the finals game is, I realized 2 things that I'm going to work on at the moment. One, so last Wednesday, Oh, wait, maybe it's not due till Wednesday. I'm just going to do it now because it's on my mind so I don't forget. So last Wednesday, I didn't go to Health and Society, and I have to do a makeup assignment. And I'm pretty sure it's due tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, but either way, I'm just going to get that done. Second, okay, so we have 40 hours to use for the whole year. And, like, for example, when I missed H&S, since that's 100% required, it's 4 hours long, I put in the absence request, and that 4 hours comes out of my 40 hours. Well, I'm pretty sure I still have around 15 hours left. So that small group that I was mad about because it is green, which means 100% required, I can just use my hours so I don't have to go to campus tomorrow. I'm so pumped. So instead of prepping my like food for tomorrow, I'm going to do that makeup assignment and put in my absence request and maybe do some Instagram stuff. But I'm so excited. I thought about that earlier today of just like, oh yeah, duh, I can just use my hour for it. But then I forgot, which was why I was mad on the camera. And then I remembered again. So anyway, makeup assignment. Let's go. 40 and I am done. I don't usually do school stuff that late, but that's like a mindless thing that I didn't want to disrupt me tomorrow when I'm trying to like focus on studying and important things, not Health and Society from the last block. That has nothing to do with this block. So why do we have to do a makeup assignment if we also have to use our 40 hours to miss it? I don't know, but it's done. And yeah. Oh, I have to put in my absence request too, so I'm gonna do that now and then just watch TV till bed.
Here's what I do.
Alright guys, absence request is in, and before I wrap up this vlog, I thought I'd just share what else we're learning for the rest of the week. So tomorrow we have female reproductive endocrinology and pathology, menstrual cycle and oogenesis, MCAT, refresher, pharmacology of estrogens and progesterones and family planning, and then we have those small group cases that I am going to miss. On docs this Wednesday we learn sexual history taking, and yeah, I don't know what we're doing for Health and Society this week, but I think a lot of it is to do with like, well, I know at one point we're going to talk about abortion and differences of sex development. So like one of our LOs is define and differentiate between sex, gender, gender role, gender identity, and sexual orientation. So talking about LGBT health and how to provide care for LGBT patients, gender identity, stuff like that, transgender patients. And then as always, we take our quiz on Friday. And hopefully Thursday is just review and not learning anything new. So that's the rest of our week as far as what we're learning. That wraps up today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed seeing the first day of a new block, what I do in a day. I don't know why I'm being awkward to end this vlog, but yeah, that's my Monday. Excited to see how the rest of Repro and Life Cycle goes. Anyway, I'm gonna stop blabbing. I'm blabbing at this point. Okay, so be sure to like, subscribe, follow along on Instagram, and I cannot wait to see you in the next vlog.
I had a dream last night, it was different. It was you and I and faded television. I'm not in love with you.